Well, it's humbling, you know. It's not easy, you know. This is a proud group, and when you go through an experience like that, especially coming off the last game, it's not an easy experience. As far as what went wrong, it's just there were a number of things, but I thought we got beat out of deep ice a lot. From the offensive zone, we knew that their D was going to be active. It was an important element of playing against them is just having a hardness to us, making sure we're on the right side of the puck and on the right side of people. And I just didn't think we had the determination that we needed in those instances.
Crosby gets the point per game record. Just what does it say about his consistency that he's been able to do this 20 times now?
It's remarkable. You know, he's in such rare company where he is right now. You know, with every milestone that he crosses, I guess it just puts him in more elite company than he's already in. So I just think, you know, when you think in terms of 20 seasons in a row with such consistency, it's an amazing accomplishment. And it doesn't surprise me because I know how hard he works and I know how hard he trains, and he controls everything within his power to set himself up for success and ultimately the team. But you know, I've said it on so many occasions, just his passion for the game and his willingness to put the work in to continue to be at his best. It's just remarkable.
Mike, I ask this respectfully. Are they struggling to find their motivation right now?
I don't know that's the case. You know, I think the guys are going into the game with the right intentions. You know, we understand the circumstance we're in. It's not an easy circumstance. I'm stating the obvious when I say that. None of us want to be here, but in the situation we're in, but we are, and so, you know, it's our responsibility to one another to bring our best every night, and that's what we're trying to do. And when it doesn't go the right way, I think we're a little bit vulnerable from a confidence standpoint, and so when it doesn't go the right way, especially early in a game, you know, that's one of the particular challenges in the circumstance that we're in, that we've got to find a way to do a better job, you know, with our pushback and just making sure that we don't, you know, one goal against doesn't turn into three, and I think that's, you know, the last couple of games that's been the case. But you know, as I said to you guys after the last game, you know, this team has competed extremely hard here down the stretch, you know, and we've won a bunch of games because of it. And so we've hit a little bump in the road here. We've got to find a way to pull ourselves together and get ready for the next one. But you know, it's not an easy circumstance, though.
Mike, getting back to Sidney, what does it say about his dedication to the game to know that you guys are in this situation the way he's been kind of you know pulling that boat?
I think Sid is he's a great pro first and foremost, and he's a great person. And I think, you know, when you're in circumstances like this, you know, you find out a lot about people, and I think that just it exemplifies his leadership. You know, I've talked a lot about the importance of the legacy that's been built here in Pittsburgh on the shoulders of Sid and Gino and Tanger and players like that. You know, you could add Brian Rust to that mix if you wanted to, you know, but those three in particular have built a legacy here in Pittsburgh that they're very proud of, as they should be. And I know it means a lot to them because I've had conversations with them about it. And I know that's something that it's important to them, that they do everything within their power to sustain what it means to be a Pittsburgh Penguin and a certain standard. And a lot of it is how you go about your job every day. And that's what these guys are doing in a very difficult circumstance.
What do you think of Dewar dropping the gloves and defending himself the way he did?
I don't blame him one bit. I think he was in a compromising position. He was 3 feet off the boards, and it was a very hard hit. I don't blame him one bit. I thought it was brutal that he got the extra 2 minutes. he let the guy drop. You know, it wasn't like he got up and he sucker punched the guy. He let him drop his gloves. I thought it was a terrible call on their part.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.